Alrighty, good morning, everybody. Welcome to House Edge Live with John from Casino Gaming Central. Here we go on a hump day, as Randy Hill points out for us. I say it every week, man. Wednesday is always this eye-opening day. Like sometimes it's like, wow, is it already Wednesday? And sometimes it's like, oh, I can't believe it's only Wednesday. It's kind of the indicator of your week. So this has been a good week, actually. I've been, as you know, working through the Casino Quest app. And yesterday was one of those days where like the progress went from here to like off the screen good yesterday. So I had a really good day. What happened? Really good day yesterday. We actually got deployed the full version of the website app and the full version of the mobile app all together, compiled. They're submitted to Apple for approval. So we crossed that really big hurdle yesterday. Now it's about getting approval and finalizing things for the store. But yeah, so the app is almost freaking ready. And I'm working today now on getting the iPad versions to work. So it's kind of a hard thing. Like when you think about like just making a website, it's not a big deal. I mean, it's hard, but it's not like the end of the world. But now you make this great app that I think we made. And it's like getting it to work on an iPad, on a phone, on Mac, on Windows, all natively in the format that you want to see it in at the right screen size, right? It's a real pain in the ass to get that stuff done. So I've been working my tail off, not doing any new features, but just work. So I feel like we're crossing that bridge finally, and it'll start becoming a regular rhythmic release cycle. So I'm excited about the app. Again, I'll do a full tour with you guys one of these days. Once I get to where I feel like it's really, really ready, we'll do a nice walkthrough and I'll show you where we are. Anyway, let's get after the show today. We're working through. I got to remind you before I forget. I almost forgot what you should never forget, which is reminder why we're here, right? And good morning to Waylon, by the way, and Cajun Craps. Good to see you again, my friend. New chip design. That's cool. Looks like you had Lou help you out with that one. It looks awesome. Remember that the casinos exist for one of two reasons, right? Either to ban you or to bankrupt you. Really, their primary existence, the primary reason that they exist is to bankrupt you. Again, it isn't like they're selling a dream, right? They aren't selling. I mean, people say they're selling the experience, but it's the dream of making money from them when they know good and well that you can't make money from them. Matter of fact, they won't allow you to make money. If you get too good, you're not allowed to play anymore, right? Just the way that it works. So they won't let you make money, but they will take all of yours. And we're here on this show and other shows like it, like Waylon's show, like Ken's show, like Greg from 555 used to be, like Chris from Dice Degen, the Casino Tears crew. We're all out here working our tails off to find ways to help you not get destroyed. That's what it's all about. If you can win, great. Some folks are more aggressive than others, but really it's about not getting destroyed. And I believe in these concepts. I believe in this, understanding the way your bankroll actually works, helps you and hurts you, right? Understanding how you feel about risk, right? Identifying opportunities to leave, to keep playing, to play at the right place, having good discipline, setting goals, and keeping your emotions in check. All that matters, right? You tie it together with strategy and your mindset. And I think that's what I'm all about. The more I think about like, why am I doing the channel? What am I out here teaching? I find over the years that it used to be about teaching the math. Then it was about teaching the game. It's really about, to me, teaching the mindset and the emotional control piece. That's what it's all about. Like ultimately, you really can't beat the math. You really can't strategize your way out of, into profit. What you can do is discipline your way into leaving with money more often than not. And what you can also do is keep yourself under control. I think keeping yourself under control is the number one way, or not keeping yourself under control is the number one way that people lose. They go on tilt. And I've been on tilt at a table with some of you. You've seen me just like, fuck it, just go on in, right? It happens to everybody, right? It's one thing to go on tilt with a stack of chips in your crafts rack, right? It's another thing to go on tilt with, I don't have one here, but, well, I do, with an ATM card. This is a brand new card, by the way, with an ATM card. You go on tilt from your rack, it's one level. You go on tilt with an ATM card, it's another level. You go on tilt with casino credit, it's a third level. Then you start betting your house and your paychecks. And before you know it, you're on tilt with your life. You got to be careful. I think of all the things I care most about, that's probably it. I think when I sum up my my years of teaching craps and the other things. That's what it comes down to me. So, Dice Emotion. Yeah. Hope you have a great holiday season too. I still have those dice, by the way. Those are they Dixie Joes? Is that what the casino is? The Dixie Joe dice? Those things. It's funny when I did my daily paycheck show and I won the 100K. Those are the dice that I used to win it. I still have those out there, in the rail of my table, because those are the ones that I actually use all the time. They're for some reason they're my good luck dice, right? Luck's not a real thing, right? All right, Diamond Joes. Diamond Joes. Those, I love those. I don't know why it is, but I use those dice all the time. It's funny. Every time I do it, I remember when you came to visit. So it's always a good memory. All right, here we go. We've been talking about my prepping for this series that I want to do called the ABCs of Gambling. And we've been through A, B, C, and D so far. Not been through, but we've kind of previewed what I'm thinking about. And again, the idea of this series is to have probably 26 shows where I give a 2 to 3 minute preview of each point under each letter, and then I'll do a full show on each one of them, right? So for example, letter E. I'm not doing it today, of course, and if you have ideas, by the way, do this for me. Go in the chat, do letter E, pound E, and then emotions or whatever you're thinking about saying, right? Again, I want to make this series things that I want to talk about, obviously, and teach about and learn about, as well as what you want to be lectured on, I guess, right? So the letter E, what I have is EV, which is obvious, expected value, emotional control, emotional tilt, because there's two sides to that coin, right? And edge. And I think edge is going to be a big one because the casino has an edge, the house edge. I may put house edge under H and edge here under E, and this edge being your edge. In other words, how can you actually gain an edge in sports betting, okay, without actually paying a player, right? How can you gain an edge in blackjack? What does it actually mean to have an edge? In some cases, the edge, believe it or not, and I'll give Chris and Craig a little bit of if they're listening, I hope they are, a little bit of a preview on this, but you can gain an edge on blackjack side bets. I know that all of us say never play the side bets. There's a point in time where the edge on a side bet actually is a thing. Same in blackjack, right? Counting cards, and I believe this to be true. If you count cards and you do the bet spreading, you're gonna get kicked out. You're gonna get banned, like we talked about earlier. They won't let you do it. However, all these goofy side bets that are out there in blackjack and in baccarat, there are a few that we'll pursue, by the way, that are actually good for you to play, given an edge. And if you count the cards in a certain way, regular card count, you can do suit counting, you can do other things and wait for the side bet. Wait until the shoe is really dense, lots of one suit, which happens a lot. We have a side bet at our local casino that I don't play them, right? But it's like a suited match, right? So it costs you $1. And if you've got a 7 of spades and they got a 7 of spades, it pays like 9 to 1 or some shit like that, right? Well, you can get to a point, right, where you know the count is deep. It's a plus 13 or something like that, right? And you know that the spade count is also thick. So you got a lot of high cards and you got a lot of spades in the deck. Now you play the side bet. And the edge goes on that bet will go from 20% down to 1%. Making it a good bet to make, right? There's a point in time where it crosses a thing. We're going to talk about that. All right. Again, that's why I think these talks are going to be very surface level to get through them, and then very deep on each one of them. So it's going to be, again, 26 episodes of summary, and then probably another 100 episodes or more where each letter gets a full day. So as I'm going through and you have letter ideas, you put them out there for me. Okay. That's E. That's so far what I have for E. What I've got for F is this: hunting down favorable rules. And I think this is one, it could be under I for identify, but I think this is a big deal. Favorable rules for the player. There are fewer and far between. Yesterday on the show, Greg from 555 Craps posted out as a comment, which I think is a very true statement. The casino used to be, 4 or 5 years ago even, right? We used to have these shows, and he had one too. And we were focused so much on finding, it's okay to let your money on fire. $500, go out there and play your $500. And if you burn it, so what? You had a good time, right? He says that the casinos used to be, if it was a fair fight, and by fair fight, I mean you have the still negative house edge on you, right? That's being a fair fight. Now it's super unfair to where the casinos are almost predatory, using his words, right? Finding favorable rules and understanding what they are is an important thing. Understanding why 6-5 blackjack is bad. Understanding the difference between a dealer hitting on a soft 17 or not. There's a big deal, right? And when you look at the table felts, finding where to play is important. Playing craps on the strip. Here's an example, really quick one for you guys that are craps players. You play craps on the strip. Every single inside bet pays wrong. Every single one. You should be getting 15-1 on your center action, right? 16-4-1, 15-2-1. What you get on the strip is 15-4-1. My local tribals, same thing. 15-4-1 on the hot bets. They're jacking you for $1, which doesn't seem like much, right? When you catch a yo, instead of it paying $15 for $1 bet, you're getting paid $14 for $1 bet. You string 7 or 8 wins together, you're getting screwed. That house edge almost doubles on that $1 they're sucking from you. You got to understand 000 roulette, what it really means, right? So we're going to hunt down favorable rules for everything, right? We're going to talk about flat betting. Waylon is a big believer in flat betting. I've watched his shows enough to know blah, 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 blah. You get to hear collect. Ken, same thing. Get to the point, collect. Ken will do a little more REP than even Waylon will. But that's an important thing. Understanding, A, the power of flat betting early, and B, the danger of flat betting late. We'll talk about free odds and why they actually matter. It does matter. They're invisible bets, but boy, oh boy, you can catch free odds anywhere you can. You take them, right? I think that people like to fight with math guys because math guys are assholes, but the free odds thing is no joke. So we'll talk about that too. And of course, learning the fundamentals. I think fundamental play is an important thing. When it says F is frustrating, there, don't get frustrated, right? That's an emotional piece for sure. And then today we'll leave with the G's, and G's are gonna be fun. G's, we have gambler's fallacy. And I told you yesterday, there's a video out there somewhere. Look for it. It's called Every Gambler's Fallacy in 7 Minutes. I think it's fantastic. This guy just burns through all of them. It's fantastic. So go check that one out. We'll basically do that same video, but my style. I think it's an important topic. Game selection's a big deal. Grinding, understanding how to grind is a big deal. I'm going to grind today. We're going to do Waylon's idea from yesterday today. We're going to grind out and see if we can't get ahead and grind. I'm going to show you what grime means. Did I spell game wrong? I spelled game selection. Thank you, Dr. S. And then we'll talk goals. All right, so we'll talk about, of course, goals. And I think there's multiple goal types. Obviously, you've got your session goals, you got your trip goals, you got your money, your major bankroll goals, and of course, you got life goals. So we'll talk about goals as we go. All right, that's the overview of E, F, and G. Again, if you've got ideas for E, F, and G, drop them in chat. Drop them in the comments. I'm taking all of them. I've got my notes that I already had are now expanding because of what I'm getting from y'all. So again, it's a series of things that I want to teach on. Some of these things I need to learn about, really, and I'm going to have to study myself to learn some of the stuff I'm going to teach. So that's going to be a good experience for me and for you, I hope. Anyway, all right, let's hit the table. Let's play for about 10 minutes or so. What I'm going to do today is more horsemen, but I'm going to do the horsemen today, what Waylon suggested yesterday. And there's 2 things that he suggested that we're going to try. I'm not going to ladder today. However, we could. I'm just going to do a straight up horseman here. And what we're going to do is baccarat the line. So basically, I'm going to keep my five chips per shooter. I'm not going to change that. But if the line bet loses, if I don't pass loses, and it loses on the puck, not on the come out, if I lose on the puck, we're going to switch sides. We're going to go, next shooter goes to the pass line. And I'm going to go pass line. Now, here's the thing. I want to try. I haven't tried this yet, so we'll see if it works. It's going to be don't pass and 3 come bets. It'll be pass line and 3 DC bets. we're going to completely flip the table. So we get burned by the puck, we're going to try something, all right? I will be doing Ken from Ken Knows Gambling's FU bet if we get picked on the come-outs. And that's how that's going to work. All right, here we go. Puck is off. I put a new battery in the thing, so we should be in okay shape. I'm going to put this, I guess, right here. Is that okay? We all can still see it, I suppose, right? As long as I can see the C and come, we're fine. All right, let's do it. Here we go. First shooter, 5 units from the don't, coming out. I put new batteries in. It's still a little bit weak because these dice are so much heavier. All right, we're going to fight the 6 from the don't, it looks like. First come bet. And there's a 5. Next come bet. It's going to be a yo 11 yo. So again, our come bets, the way I work them, each come bet's got its job. It did its job and it comes back to the rack. That's it. We'll have it max 2 in action now. And I don't do it as a rolling thing. And there goes that. So we have 1 come bet won, 1 come bet lost, 1 come bet's in play. Now we're going to fight the 6. There's a 3 craps. And there's the 6. We're going to lose our don't. Puck is going to be off. We have 1 bet out there. We let the bet resolve, and then we start our next. It's a midnight. Another midnight. Wow. 11 yo. Still waiting to come out. Hard 4. Okay, there's the point. Now, just give me a 5, please. I can really feel how heavy these dice are. You guys can't, but I can feel this thing struggling to roll the dice. It's I might have to change out for the reds. 7 out. Okay, so we lose. All right, so that shooter we lost 3 units. So we're going to have to work to get our rack right. Here's the next slug. All right, I'm gonna put these back here. We'll build up our 5 shooters as we go. It's gonna want to lean a little bit. Now, we lost on the don't. Now we're gonna switch to the pass line. So we'll do our 2 units on the pass line and just Baccarat style switch sides and flip the game. This may be the dumbest thing we ever do, maybe the smartest thing we ever thought of. We'll find out here in a minute. Coming out is a 4. That's not going to be a great point, but here we come to the don't. Wait, PSO becomes really painful. We're going to fight the 6. We're going to go to the 4 and lose our pass line. So we are going to Baccarat the next side. Here we go. We have 2 don'ts up here. We're going to put our 3rd bet on the don't again. We're going to stay on the don't side for that shooter. So it's 2 don'ts. Here's the 3rd one. Looking for a come out 7 maybe. Help us out. We got a 9. Let's go. We have looking for a 7 here to save me. I can't. That's a leaner. It's actually a yo. It's a 6-5. We'll call it a 6-5. It's more on the 5 side than the 4 side that you see for me. And there's an 8. Oh, you're right, Waylon. I was on the right side. I'm an idiot. How do I fix that? That was here, right? Oh God, I was here. I'm such a dumbass, right? It was a 4 point. All right, so I should have gotten paid on the 4 and come back to the right. That's what should have happened. So that's actually my, yeah. I'm so used to playing the don't, man. We still let those 2 bets resolve though. We're still letting those 2 bets resolve. So that bet would have just came off and stayed off. Those 2 bets are out there independently. So I'm sorry, I totally screwed that up. I'm so used to playing this from the other side of the table. Here comes all the people. You won. All right, is a 9. That's the point again. How about a come out 7? Shooter. Come out 7? Nope. There's a 5. We're just going to be bouncing around here, huh? There's an 8. I thought it was going to be it. 3. Good Lord. Let's go, shooter. 7 out. All right. So those 2 come down and they get paid. And now, Here's what we're going to do. We did fight back, right? We lost on that first shooter. The second shooter won, even though I made a dealing mistake. Now we're back to our original rack plus a quarter in profit. We're going to lock up the quarter. I'm never going to play the quarter again. Waylon said yesterday, you got to start putting your money away when you win, even if it's one unit. And I've talked about this with you before. Can you walk with a unit win, right? There's a unit for the win. That could be session 1, Monday morning, whatever you want to call it. Now we're going to play. I'm going to put this over here. I'll hide them behind the chips. All right. Session 2. Now we're still in the pass line because we actually won that one. So let's come. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to change these out really quick. I need to put the red dice in. Those whites are so heavy that the bubble craps thingy here can't really. It's having a hard time spinning them. So here we go. That's so much better. All right, we're on the 9, and we'll get 3 don'ts going. Again, we play this until the puck gets picked. All right, no 6. And there's the 7. So what happens is this: we lose the pass line and the don't, which sucks. The 6 though gets paid coming out. So on that shooter, net loss of 2. There's our next guy. Switch sides to the don't. And here we go, coming out. And there's an 8. We're going to fight the 8 from the don't. Into the come we go. There's a comeback goes to the 9. The next one's coming out. That's going to be the 6. And the last one. 4. All right, we got 3 comebacks going, plus our nice don't. Let's go. It's the 8. Okay, so we lose our don't. Puck is off. And we are going to have to switch sides on the next shooter. That's a bummer. And there's a 9. So the 9 comes down and gets paid as the puck goes to it. That's a 3. Looking for a 4 or a 6. 10. Another 10. There's a 9. Come on, 4 or a 6. There's the 6. Puck is going to the 6. Come down and get paid. Look at this. For the shooter, we're actually going to be probably maybe okay. We might only lose 1 unit, or we might actually win a unit. How cool is that? Give me a 4. Give me a 4, guys. Come on. There's another 9. How about it? How about it? 7. Lose the 4. Okay, so for this shooter, or for this session, we have 1, 2, 3, 4 bullets left. Our other bullet here is a -3, so we got some work to do. Now, we did get picked on the don't, so we're coming back to the right side here. Now we're going to be pass line players. Let's go. Coming out, it's a 6. That's a good one. And here we come to the don't. Little reverse horseman today. No 9. Give me a 6 right here. It's perfect time for a 6. No, we get nothing. Those 2 lose. That one wins, and we are getting killed. We've got, actually, if I look at my rack, I've got 4 bullets. We lost a full bullet. We lost a full bullet, so that sucks for this session. Let's go back out to the don't. And here we go. We'll try it again. Can we get ourselves right? There's another 6. Boy, the 6 is where were you a minute ago, right? Into the come we go. 7 out. Okay, so that's a good one. Get paid in the come. Get paid on the don't. That shooter is back. And we're just down 2. Here we go. Stay on the don't. And it's an 8. We are fighting the 6 and 8 almost every single time on these don'ts, aren't we? 7 out. Perfect. All right. Get paid in the come. Get paid on the line. Let's reset the rack. Okay, there is 5 units. That represents a shooter coming back, right? We'll put that there. Here is 5. So now we're back to even again, plus 2, right? We'll lock up the profit for that session. We had to fight that session, but now we got 2 units in profit between session 1 and session 2. $50 saved. All right. Again, if you think about keep playing this over and over and over again, it ends up being the same thing. However, this is putting it in your pocket and walking away. We're going to play probably 4 sessions here, and we'll see how we did after 4 separate sessions. Just go to lunch, come back, play again. And here we go. We're going to stay on the don't. There's a 7 on the come out. So we lose our don't. Now, the way that Ken has been playing this is doing what he calls the FU bet. Just putting the rest of your shooter allotment right to the don't and just saying, screw you, we'll see what happens. He's won with this more often than he's lost. Now, we're going to get plunked here for an entire thing with the yo coming out. It is what it is, guys. We're going to get the next one going. Four. All right. It's a good one to fight with. Comeback goes to the 10. Next comeback. That's a 7 out. All right. We lose that one. Get paid there and get paid there. 2, 3, 4, 5. There's your bullet. And we have 2 units towards getting our rack right. Out again we come. Here we go. Stay on the don't. 7 on the come out again. Boy, oh boy. Let's do the FU bet. Let's avoid a come out disaster. If we another one. Look at that. 7-11. Both times we tried it. Both times we got killed on that bet. Wow. Horrible come out sequence. Another one, 3 in a row. Now, people are going to say, oh, don't let a shooter beat you 3 times in a row. These dice don't know. These dice don't know. It doesn't matter. If it's 1 shooter, 2 shooters, or 5, or whatever in a row, it doesn't matter. That's why I don't give a shit about letting the come-outs bother me. If you're going to play the don't, you play the freaking don't. Here comes the 4th one, right? There's an 8. Okay. We got an 8. Now, we are fighting with 3 units on the 8. This is the FU bet. There's no comebacks coming. Looking for big red. There's the 7. No, we don't go to the pass line until the puck beats us. The puck beats us. That's the move, right? So there's the FU bet winning. That whole bullet that we had lost comes back. We're still down a bullet and a half. All right. So here we go. We're going to go back again to the don't. Got to get this rebuilt. We're going to be in a world of hurt if not. There's a 9. Finally, we get a point. Come bet. Again, is 5 bullets enough? I don't know if 5 bullets is enough, right? I like to play the horseman with more than 5, but you know, you get down into here, you start worrying a little bit. Good time for a 7, huh? There's an 8. I'll take a 6 and an 8. That's cool. There's our 7. We lose these 2, but you win 1, 3. This is the horseman at its best, right? There's your bullet back, and you picked up a unit toward the 4th bullet. We're not quite home yet, but we're picking up ground. Here we go. Another one. Let's try and get this next victory here. There is a 4 on the come out. Okay, come out 4. First comeback. It's the 7. Boy, the 7 is a strong son of a gun, isn't it? All right, there is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's our bullet. This goes here. That's a bullet. Now we're only down 3 units. We just fought back from being all the way down here to back and only being light 3 units. Here we go. Let's get ourselves a profit number, huh? Come on. Avoid the come out ugly. That's the 8. Okay. Here we go. Sorry. Wrong side of the rack. Big red. Big red. Ooh, it's an 11. I'll take that. Bam. That comes back to the rack. The next comeback comes out. these over here. There's a 5 and the last come bet. Lose the don't. That's an 8. Come bet goes to the 8. Puck is off. We're coming out. We have the 5 and the 8 working for us. And there's the come out 7. So that's going to take all. That was a terrible run. That's the world's worst thing for the horseman is the getting the point picked and a come out 7 right after it. So here we go. Probably our last shooter. It's 8 o'clock. I've got to get to work. So let's do it. Last shooter. We switch sides because the don't pass got picked finally. And here we go. That's a 5. I'll take that. I don't mind working the 5. And here we go on the don't. Looks like a 3, which is a payment. Bam. That comes back and gets itself paid, which is what you do. Take every win back to the house, baby. That's the way it's got to be. All right, there's that. Another 3. I'm not making this up. That comes back to the house. Our last DC bet. How about a 5? What do you think, huh? Another 3. Are you kidding me? Look at that. We made 6 units on that shooter. How crazy is that? And we still have our pass line working on that 5. Isn't that nuts? We lost all those times on the. Look at 4 3s in a row. I can't make this up. They are spinning. I promise they are spinning in there. There's a 4. There's something different. And there's the 7. So we lose the pass line, but we gain back the bullet. So we're here. We'll make this our last one. It's 8:01. I have enough time for one more shooter, one more bullet. And we lost on the pass line. Back to the don't we go. Flipping and flopping all day long. There's a come out 7. FU bet. 3 units on the don't. There's a midnight. Oh boy, that's a little scary. Spread them so you can see them at least, right? There was that. We're going to fight the 9. 10. An 8. 3 craps. 4 hard. A midnight. Boy, this is a good long shooter here. Another 10. Another 3. Wait, is that 6 3s in the last like 10, 15 rolls? Insane, right? And there's my 7. So the FU bet actually wins. Got the bullet back. And we're actually down right now for this session. We're down 3 units. Or down 4 units for this session. We have 1 out of 5 sitting here. We had 2 that we had pocketed earlier. Our net for these 3 sessions is down $50. Again, the horseman is what the horseman is. You're not going to hit a home run with it. You're going to catch a couple of those great runs that we had where we had the PSO to catch back losses. You basically tie. Down a couple, up a couple. Down a couple, up a couple. It's a great comp strategy. If you can catch those good PSO runs early, you can be out of here. All right, there's your day. I don't know if I loved the back and forth. Let's go back over to here again. I don't know how much I loved the pass line side of that, right? Well, I was monkeying around with it last night. What you end up with on the pass line side is you get a pass line bet, you get a number set, you get 3 don'ts up there, right? And what happened to me a couple times, like the magical run is you hit the point, right? And you get paid on the pass line, come out 7, pays all your don'ts, right? That's a nice win. It's the same thing as a PSO, right? The dark side horseman wins all the money on a PSO. This one wins all the money when you have three don'ts set, hit the point, come out 7. That's sort of the magic move. Anyway, I'm going to check really quick for any. There is no comments, no questions. That's okay. I think we kind of covered them all as we went this morning. I'm going to get out of here and go to work. Leave you with this last little thought here, which is this: pain is inevitable, suffering is optional. This is an attitude thing, right? You know me, I'm always Mr. Positive. Good. I used to be such a negative asshole when I was younger. I'm so much more positive now. Anyway, you're going to experience pain. We said it last week. You're going to experience pain. You have to let the pain come, right? Without the pain, you can't grow. And if you try and shield yourself from the pain all the time, you're going to be hiding behind a mask forever, right? Suffering is optional. You're going to feel pain. Don't suffer. Don't suffer. You don't have to suffer. You can experience pain and still move forward. So there you go. Love you guys. God bless everybody. I will see you tomorrow for a Thursday episode ahead of the Seahawks-Rams game tomorrow night, which should be a good one. All right. God bless everybody. Bye.